Okay, so here's my best short of the day. Today on SPY was a bear trend day, but there was a couple of things about it that you had to keep in mind. So first of all, it's the day before the FOMC. There's really not a lot of directionality overall in the market, so you can't really trust any push anywhere. But you had to look at the price action, you had to look at the candles, you could see the channel coming downwards through there. It wasn't necessarily the strongest, but there was some strength down through there. But the big thing about it was that the volume was just so disgustingly low. If you look at this volume candle at the end of the day, is there even any other candle this year that was that low? No, it's just ridiculous. Like, you got to go all the way back to maybe like last November or something to get something that low volume. And I think that's why the pros were just so cautious today. So I followed suit. So even though you're seeing the trend day, you're seeing a bear trend day, you're seeing the downward price action, you're seeing a lot of good shorts, you have to keep in the back of your mind that this thing could explosively reverse on you at any time, right? So that's the backdrop. So we're watching SPY go down, and there's a lot of really good shorts out the gate. There's a couple good longs, but we didn't really have any good direction. And once we kind of saw this sort of action happening where it kind of looked like things were continuing to go down, because you got to remember, it's a gap down. We have this little bounce here, but this bounce isn't going anywhere, and it's still respecting this downward trend line. So around this candle right here, this 10-10 candle is where I confirmed direction. So if we look over here at plug, and I've got plug right next to SPY, and I have the whole day. This is SPY, this is plug. So once again, I'll zoom out. You can see the difference in the price action here. So plug, very bearish, SPY, bearish, but not as bearish. That's an example of just looking at the overall trend shape, the angle of the downward trend, and seeing where the relative weakness is. And if I go over here on the 5-minute chart, I can also see that the sector's weak. So tech was super weak in the morning, and then plug was even weaker than that as well. On the D1 chart, the reason why I liked it was a nice little SMA cross. And I do believe, yeah, we got 2 HA candles there as well. But really all it is an SMA cross, period. There maybe is a rejection off this right through here. So this could be possibly an algo line rejection. And you can see how it got kind of bounced off that candle 2 days ago. And now it's heading back down. And I should have room up into this upward sloping candle too, right? So that trend line coming up and that trend line coming down. So that's why I chose plug. It kind of had some good room to move. There weren't really any big roadblocks in its way on the D1 chart. It had free reign to move all the way down to here. So that's why I picked plug for the D1 chart. Now going into the intraday chart, the darkly colored candles are flat HA candles. So anything red here is a flat topped HA. Anything light green is a flat bottomed HA. And the reason why I chose plug at 10-10 was because we had this little 5-minute down sloping trend line. Plug was showing relative weakness across the board. And then as soon as we got confirmation of bearishness, plug was also unable to get back above that trend line once it dipped underneath it. So I shorted plug right through here at 10-10, short plug. And then I saw a second candle at 10-15. And if we come in close on SPY at 10-15, the second candle, let me see here, 10-15, 10-10. Okay, so we had this candle, and then we had this candle right through here. This little green doji candle. Plug was not showing a green doji candle. It was showing a red candle, so 5 minutes after my entry. So it was confirming the weakness, and everything was looking good, so I added 50% to the position. Now, throughout this drop, things kind of petered off. So around this time, 10:30, 10:40 or so, we saw it kind of bounce off the bottom of the channel, and then the price action was starting to come back up. This was also when 1OP was crossing as well. For those of you guys that don't have it, don't worry about it. But that was my signal there where I started to see a green HA candle right through there. So a green candle instead of reds all the way down. And I was playing it super safe today, so I exited right there. I'm just lucky the fact that this thing shot right back up, but my exit was right there on plug. My stop on this was the SMA, just the 50 SMA right through there. The 50 SMA was my stop. Anything above that, and I would be definitely out of the trade. I could have chosen this downward sloping trend line as well, and lately I've been really liking downward sloping trend lines because the longer you stay in the trade, the sooner and sooner and sooner your thesis gets proven false, which means you lose less and less and less money as the trade goes against you. I like that a lot. But for this one, it was the SMA. So that's my trade of the day. That's the one I like the most. I think I did a good job on that one.